So look, this is the craziest thing. So like, I am absolutely freezing today. Got really cold yesterday, which is probably not hard. Other than the fact I haven't ate hardly anything at all this week. Okay. Sales have been real low. I had to overdraft one of the storages, uh, and the new one that I had got, so that I could get all my online sales stuff organized in that one and combine some other storages into that one of stuff that's all for sale. And so, like, one side is all listed and the other side is not, and I just keep going through boxes and putting stuff in there so it can be sold. So the weather was really bad last week, cut a lot of my time down, um, and I didn't have the money to buy a bunch of hot hands to put in my pockets so I could try to stay warm in the storage complex, because it's just been like, several nights were in the 20s and 30s. It was really bad. And then this week, it's been, hey, thanks for thumbs up. This week, it's been um, like, in like 60s and 70s in the day, and then, like in the 60s at night. And you have to remember that in the car, it's like 7 degrees warmer or colder. So, if it's, like 30 degrees outside, it's going to be about 37 in the car, which is still pretty cold, you know. So, anyway, oh man, I'm telling you. What's going on, Roxanne? So, anyway, a lot of my being cold, I'm sure, is from not eating. But I don't want to overdraft any more than I did the other day. And I mean, it wasn't a huge amount. But the thing is, it's overdraft, and I've got no sales to recoup it, and I don't want to lose my commercial bank account at all. I do like this bank much better than Regions. Regions was just total trash. But uh, it takes like 3 days for my payment to go through when I sell something on eBay. Even if I ship in an hour, it's still taking 3 days. It's ridiculous. So anyway, I was hoping to catch some sales so I could get that taken care of. Other than the fact I wanted to pay my car insurance today, and try to overdraft it, before they shut me off of overdraft, because they might only let you have one at a time, and then you have to pay it, because I did that overdraft the other day, like Saturday. So, but I had a deposit going in the next 24 hours for like $20, but that only took care of, a small part of that. So I still owe like probably $80 to the bank. But anyway, and it's so bad on your credit. But anyway, no sales, no sales. So I have like no gas, and I've been, pretty hungry, and I'm sure that trying to stay warm is another effect of it. If you're not burning any food, it's not good. But anyway, so what's really weird is I came out of the storage complex. I tried to list a couple things today, and then I had to do some work in the complex to help them. And yeah, and I'm waiting on some jobs. And one I was supposed to start at, uh, I thought it was going to be right away, and it's kind of dragging out because they had to change management, and they had a manager quit, and things are all messy, and they're doing it hourly cutbacks, and I don't know what. But anyway, so it's been just a slice of heaven. So the car's messed up. It all takes money, but get all new tires on that sucker, and then other things happen. So anyway, I'm like, I don't have any money, you know, and so I've got to have like $1 for tomorrow for a beverage. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? So then I look in my change cup, and oddly enough, there was a little over $1, so I could go get $1 burrito over at Taco Bell. I walk in the door, they're deader than a doornail, and as soon as I come in, they go, "Hey, Red, how are you?" And I said, great. She says, what do you want today? I said, I just want that $1 burrito, that bean and rice. And she is telling, there's 6 people back there, and she's telling them, jump up, hop, make red her burrito. And so I'm always real nice to them, and we have laughs and stuff. And weird thing goes on in this store, and I tell the people to respect the employees. And so I guess they just really love me. Um, it's better to be kind, you know, than to go into a place of business and treat people like trash. Those people don't hardly get paid any money, and that's where they work. And it's like you have to think about it if you had to work there. Be nice to them. So anyway, they just like me, and I'm trying to pay, and she won't take my money. And then the other guy came up to the cash register, and I said, they're making my food right now. I just got to pay. And the manager yells over, don't you take any money from her. And I told her, I said, I have money. I pulled out, I had my change in my hand in my pocket, my jacket. And she says, no. She says, you're here like every night. And then the other girl was like, you're here every morning, which that's not totally true, but don't tell them that. But so, um, uh, so then she comes over to the bag and she says a lot of nice things and stuff. And we were joking around. And I'm like, really? I'll pay. And she's like, no, we got a couple in there for you. Look at, I walk in this place and they gave me 2 burritos for no reason at all. And I was sitting in the parking lot, freezing to death, contemplating what I'm going to do because it's still early yet. I still need to work. And I don't want to go back in, you know. 2 freaking burritos. Free. Free. And I was sweating bullets to go spend some chump change for a little over $1 to buy the cheapest thing they had because I just started. And I'm thinking really dropping weight fast. I got some pants that I bought working at Walmart that I had to have one day because they said I was out of dress code or something. It seemed like things change every day over there. And so I bought them, and they were kind of tight, and God, they're like falling off of me right now. You believe that? And it's because, well, it could be mostly all my health, but probably because I'm hardly eating. So, yeah. So sales have been slow online. I've got a bunch of high-dollar stuff up. There's other sellers that are having the same problem. Some that did well in December, and everybody just took the big nosedive for January. I think, it's because we're on the cusp of people possibly getting tax refunds. I don't know. They keep changing the tax frame all the time. And I've got to file taxes this year, and that might get really interesting. But, because I made a lot of money at Walmart, but, I paid stuff. I kept everything up to date, paid in advance. But I wanted to pay my car insurance today, and I couldn't get a hold of my insurance girl. And I'm thinking it might have been due like 2 days ago. I wanted to try to overdraft it in before they decided not to let me overdraft it. But I was already hoping I had sales to cover that would be depositing in the meantime, but nothing. And then I got all the storages are due on the 1st, and I have till the 5th to pay those. Yeah, so it's going to get interesting. But I'm doing a small side job for the storage company. They asked for my help, and I said, yeah, I didn't even talk money with them or nothing. And I'm like, sure, yeah, they're pretty nice to me, so I'm sure we'll get to it later. And they've helped me out a few times, so they're pretty lenient, I've always paid in advance. Working at Walmart, I would pay by the week on my storages just so they were already paid a month in advance. No, I gotta do a vlog about that. So, yeah. So that's why I'm working day and night trying to get that eBay thing rolling and listing and listing and listing, because I deleted 90% of my ads, or 95% of my ads, when I moved complexes, because I was paying 30 cents an ad. But now that I have a store, um, I can list 2,000 for free, 1,000 for the normal store, but I get 2,000 for free because of my ratings. And uh, I had some rep open my account wide open a while back, like a year ago, to where I could sell, like $79,000 worth of merchandise in 1 month. And it was like, damn. But I had to pay for all those listings. But with a store, you get better deals. So I pay like 19 a month for my eBay store. Um, and I'm supposed to get 1,000 free listings, but I get 2,000 free listings right now. So the problem is trying to list all this stuff back up online and the new stuff, because I was stocking up on items with a small portion of my paychecks to invest in, that are real hot on the market. Because stripper clothes don't do well on the internet. They do much better in person. And so clothing for entertainment just doesn't do a whole lot. But online, it does very well in person, though. But right now, with the car like it is, I can't go on the road, or I'd already be there, my friends, because I make huge money at my job. There's some people with entertainment all the way across the state, and nothing holding me back except for the car right now. So, yeah, man, what a blessing! You have no clue. If I'd have come over here earlier, okay, I'd have eaten these, and I'd been burning it so I could stay warm in the complex, because I don't think the complex is that cold. I think it's just because I haven't eaten. And the fact my heart is not good. But I'm like, man. So, and it's so early, I really didn't want to go nighty night, because then I would wake up early in the morning when it's freezing, and I'm not coming out of the car. I'm not. I'm going to wait a little bit longer for the better temperature before I get out, because it'll be freezing. And if it's freezing outside, it'll be freezing in the complex. So, yeah. So, anyway, I'm just blown away. All the folks over there at the Taco Bell, that's pretty nice, man. It was just really weird. I was like totally blown away, because I'm like, well, wait a minute. I have been starving. All I did was walk in this place and people treated me out cold and handed me 2 burritos. And I'm like, look, I can pay. No, those aren't us. I was like, whoa. And they're like, we love you, man. Isn't that weird? I guess some things are just meant to be. My being kind just pays off. I guess. I love everybody. I do. Um, and, you know, life's just too short to be evil. You know, now I'll give you a thing. There was the meanest girl on the face of this earth works deli at Fort Walton Walmart, right? And I had a few extra bucks, and one day, and I said, I had to go get something over at the W place, and I said, I am going to get a meal, because I need a balanced meal with like vegetables, meat, this kind of thing. And I said, I really need to do this. And it's like $7.99 anymore to get a dinner at Walmart. And so I went in there, and that meanest girl on the face of this earth is working over there. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, here we go. This is going to be a nightmare. And so I went up to the counter, and what did she do? Walked right up to me. The other girl was waiting on somebody else, and so I just did that kill you with kindness thing. I'm like, hey, girl, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. And she was like, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. And she says, what do you want? And I told her. And she says, what else can I do for you? I said, nothing. I said, you just made my day just being here. And she was just sweet as pie, like, I mean, throwing marshmallows, you know what I mean? And I'm like, this is the meanest chick on the face of this earth who treated me so bad one time way back over there for no reason at all. She was absolutely evil. And I mean, she just was like, it was like coming up roses, man. And she was like, can't wait to see you next time. And I'm like, yeah, you too. I mean, just, it was hard to believe. Kindness does really go far, whether you're fake about it or just trying to be proper or you mean it from the heart. Now, I just gave that girl a big hug over there, the manager over there. As I walked over and I said, oh, I can't believe you guys are giving me that. She's like, yeah, we got two of them in there for you. I was like, oh my gosh. And I leaned over the counter to give her a big hug, and she just loved that. But, I mean, show the love. Life is short. I got a friend of mine just died in Michigan, and he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer less than a year ago. He decides to go ahead and opt in for treatment, which he, really didn't want to do because he had a 95% chance of dying, guaranteed. He went ahead and did the treatment, finished that out. They checked him again, and they're like, you got about 30 days. So then he signed up for a new program they're testing, which, I mean, can be a good thing, but the problem is they're testing, and that could kill you right off the top. And he just got opted into that program, I think, for a couple days a week, and then he just died. And most probably he died because the pancreatic cancer just, nailed him. Um, it may have not been a new treatment or anything else. I mean, it's something that's apparently very hard to beat. Although I talked to somebody, they said their mom or aunt had it, and with no treatment, they went like 8 years, oddly enough. So I don't know, but shame, man. And dude's not very old. Um, and it's just heartbreaking. God, miss him every day. And that is one of those kind of people. I've only known a few people in my life that were like this, and they're one of those kind of people that you would say they've never met a stranger, and oh, everybody loves them. I dated a guy named Kelly years ago. Kelly Thomas O'Brien. Oh my God, he stole from me so bad. But he was a charming chap. But it was like, I mean, everybody loved Kelly. And it was hard to believe he had like no enemies. It was just hard to believe. I just rarely do you meet people like that just everybody loves. And they have nothing but good things to say about him. And whether they're a longtime friend or a stranger, I mean, he just was that kind of person. I've only met a couple people that are like that. That everybody just loves, and it's a really neat quality to have. If you can do that, you know, things can be so much smoother. In my younger days, I was a fireball. It was like I'd be the first one to give you an attitude adjustment in a heartbeat, Jack. I mean, that was my job, you know. Um, but if when you have kids, you got to be responsible. You don't want to end up in jail for doing things, you know. Thank God I've never been to jail. But anyway, um, you just it's it's better to try to ride the waves calmly than to fire a situation up. I think. Especially as you get older. I mean, your stuff like really breaks. It takes longer to repair. Um, and I really need all my parts and pieces for one. And I live a very scary world right now. Um, this is so extreme from my normal way of living. It's beyond belief. I mean, people that I probably have known for years or whatever and don't know the situation I'm in right now would be blown away and not even believe me. You know, yeah, because my world has totally flipped. Um, and I still have to go out there every day and work it, work it, work it. Because for me, I mean, I just feel like if I don't try to make an effort, nothing's going to change. That's the only hope. So I have to make a huge effort every single day. I mean, I really have everything in my fingertips to list online. It just takes absolutely forever to list stuff. Really, it does. It is so technical, and I'm a perfectionist. I want lots of pictures. I want good pictures. I want really good, honest descriptions. I don't want this stuff coming back. I want the customer to understand exactly what they're buying. I'm not trying to fake them out. I don't doctor pictures up or anything like that. It's all real. And then researching prices and the shipping and all this other stuff with listing the items. Uh, well, I mean, no, I have to, take each item out, and then if it has to be cleaned, or whatever, I can't wash anything right now. I don't have the money, and I've got stuff tied up that needs to be washed. It's really big money, and I can't even afford, $10 to go to the washeteria and wash, a 5-load washer full of stuff. I've got a jacket in there that needs to be listed, and it's an old '80s Spuds McKenzie jacket. That thing can bank out for 250 plus, and this one's pretty nice. It's just got two very light stains in it, and I've tried to work them out by hand, and they're not right. So I've got to run it through the wash again before I attempt to list it. I really like the stuff almost perfect. I just don't like to sell anything what they call defects. I really like to sell nice, neat clothes. Some people don't read the descriptions. Some people don't look at the pictures. They just buy it. I would feel terrible if I sold someone a whole bunch of stains and they missed that in the ad, and then they want to send it back. Um, that's a waste of their time, their money, everything. So I try to get everything as 100% brand new, perfect as I can, and be 100% honest with my ads. So I've got my ads worked up to almost 700 now, and I had over 1,000 when I moved into the new complex, and I deleted all of them day by day when they come up for renewal, because I didn't know if I was going to have money to suffice to keep the eBay store alive and be able to ship, because I have to pay for shipping. So I was deleting them every day, and it's like I erased so much hard work that took so long. Because when I had my other office, I was pulling like 16, 17 hours a day every single day, photographing and listing and making products. But I had electric, and I had running water, I had a bathroom, all that stuff. So, I had a lot of good conveniences. Um, you know, I was working 7 days a week like I am now. At this other complex, they have graced me the opportunity to work there. They know what I'm doing, and they're cool about it. And so that's nice. The only problem is I don't have electric, and I don't have running water and all that stuff that. So it makes it interesting. But anyway, so yeah, I've got all kinds of products. It's just, you know, eh, going through boxes. I've got my daughter's stuff I'm going through and that, and uh, a lot of that stuff's being thrown in to go for sale because I've paid to house it forever, and it's cost me a humongous amount of money. I hated doing it, but I just can't pay $250 a month anymore for a storage unit that I've done for like 4 years here for no reason. Um, she told me to save it in storage. Never got any money out of her. She did something really dirty, evil in the meantime that makes me not even want to care about it, but I still do. I mean, I hated everything I've ever lost in my lifetime, you know, from when I was a kid and growing up. But, um, I mean, I just can't afford it anymore. And then her sister's like, she told you to get rid of it all. I'm like, no. And she's like, you're so dumb. And it's like, well, maybe I am. I have a heart, you know. So there's only a very minute bit of stuff that I will keep out of that. I still have more boxes to go through, but all the rest so far that I've sorted out online, uh, you guys witnessed it. It goes to eBay, and because I just I can't afford to house it anymore. And a lot of the stuff's new with tags and really neat stuff. And some stuff I didn't realize was in there in those boxes. I'm like, what the heck? So sad but true. But you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I've got tons. I went through some boxes of my clothes that I can't fit anymore. They're too big, and I've pulled those so that they can be sold on eBay. I don't need them. I know where to find really nice, expensive clothes, dirt cheap, all day long for me if I need any. And I don't need any right now. I don't have a whole lot of clothes like I used to have because the other storages were stolen out in Bama. All my beautiful, I had $5,000 suit. I had a $3,000 sundress that were gifts to me. I had a ton of stuff. And gone. I mean, shoes and boots and my blazers, just stuff gone. And a lot of my daughter's stuff and other things. But what do you do? So uh, I don't have a whole lot of clothes right now, but I don't really need a whole lot. You don't want to dress real fancy in my situation and attract to yourself because then you look like you have money and then they're going to rob you and things. So I just dress down. I'm very average, very cash, and that's what I do. So, yeah, I miss my pretty clothes. I miss all that cool stuff. I miss cooking. I miss a lot of things. But this is my current situation, and I'm going to try to make the best out of it that I can. I got to work hard every day. If I can warm up here eating these burritos, then, dude, I'm going over there and list some stuff because I have stuff I have to list. That's ready to shoot right now and list. Um, but yeah, so that's where we're at. But I just had to tell you guys the neat thing. I was like, I just felt like magic when I walked out of that place with that food in that bag, and I'm going, oh my god! And I was just wishing for something to eat. And when I came over, Chum changed my hand to buy one little thing, and they freaking threw a bunch of food in a bag and handed it to me and said, "Oh no, we're not charging you." I'm like, "What?" So that was just really sweet. I don't know how that happened. It was just totally mind blowing, like magical. So I guess I've been blessed today. But I hope you guys had a great day today. So I'm gonna go and finish these burritos because it's cold and I don't want them to get too cold. And see if I can warm up in a few minutes and do some listings that I really need to do. Because the more you list, the more attention you get in the store, the more chances of trying to sell something. Because maybe I'm not listing the right thing yesterday. Maybe today's the day I list something right. I listed a North Face pullover hoodie thing last week and sold it in less than 24 hours at full price. The craziest thing I ever saw, and it was to a girl in Oklahoma. And yeah, I shipped that sucker out after an hour. Sure did. But um that was the fastest listing sale I ever saw in like the past 2 years on Etsy or eBay or any of that stuff, Macari, any of that mess. But now years ago on eBay, my daughter and I used to just sit and watch. Like on Amazon, you could see people putting it in the cart. Honest to God, as a seller, you can watch it live and it'll show what they put in the cart, how much it is, and then you're just watching and waiting to see when they do the checkout. And it might be 5 minutes, it might be 2 minutes, it might be 10 minutes, and you just freak out going, oh my gosh, somebody's gonna buy it, somebody's gonna buy it. Yeah. And on eBay, it was ultra fast. Oh my God. It was hard to believe how stuff would sell so well on eBay years ago, but there weren't that many sellers back then in the early 2000s. And today, there's a gigantic amount of sellers. But there's a lot of sellers that are bailing out because eBay is getting so bad. It's getting slow. And the only way to make any money on eBay and try to catch sales is to pay for promoted listings or you're out. You aren't going to sell nothing. Nope, you got to pay to play now. So anyway, I'm going to eat this burrito, see if I can warm up a minute and go get some more work done. Because I hate to lose time and money if there's just some stuff I could be listing right now that might sell while I'm asleep. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. And what a magical, blessed day. It's just hard to believe. I love you guys. Be kind to a stranger. And I promise I'll see you in the next one. I love you.